Hey photographers, how are you? I hope all my previous videos are very helpful to you. Thanks for supporting and welcome to my YouTube channel, Iris Photography. And today's topic, before I start today's topic, I just want to tell you this topic may not be very important for the beginners level, but it is important when you go a little higher level of photography. That means when you go to the next level of your photography, this topic may be very useful to you, right? The topic is lens filters. I think some of you might have heard this, or some of you may have, but I'm going to tell what is the lens filter and how to buy the lens filters. And there are so many types of lens filters, and in which situation and lighting condition we have to use the different lens filters, what are the uses, and all these things I'm going to discuss now, right? Okay, stay tuned and then stay with me, and I'm going to explain one by one. Okay, what is the lens filter? The lens filter is a circular attachment glass. You can attach the lens filter in front of your lens. Invariably, any type of lens, you can attach the lens filter, right? Okay, before we go into the lens filter and uses and types and all the other uses, I want to tell you, okay, this is the best example of the lens filter. Okay, when you buy a lens filter for your lens, invariably any kind of a lens, what you have to follow, first of all, you have to match your lens filter with your thread size of your lens. What is the thread size? In front of all the lenses, maybe a Sigma or a Nikon or Fuji or Canon or Sony, any lens, there will be a small number in front of the lens with the symbol of 0, a line crossing it. That is called the thread size of the lens filter. The number may be 58 or 66 or 72 or 80. There are so many different sizes out there. Depends on your lens thread size, you have to buy the lens filter, the first thing. Okay, how many types of lens filters available? The lens filters are many types, many different kind of lens filters available, and I'm going to tell you not all the lens filters. Maybe it will be in a very advanced level, you may be using that. For a beginner's level, I'm going to tell you very few lens filters and what are the uses, how to use it, and which condition you have to use the lens filters. Let's discuss about it. The very common, and whenever you buy a lens, the salesman recommend you to buy a lens filter. That lens filters are called a UV filter. That means a UV filter is a plain glass, and why we are using the plain glass in front of that, I'll tell you in the later stage. One is called the UV lens filter, and the second one is polarized lens filter, and the third one is ND filter. Another one is the variable ND filter, and another one is called a matte box lens filter. So these are all different types of lens filters. Before you go into the matte box lens filter, you have to know about the graduated lens filter. Okay, so all these things I'll tell you one by one and the uses of it, right? Okay, now the first one is the UV lens filter. The purpose of the UV lens filter, the first one, the UV filter, the purpose of the UV filter is it will stop the unwanted UV rays. When your camera captures the unwanted UV rays, that will give you kind of flaring or some kind of what I can say, glaring in your picture. So to avoid that, we use the UV filter. One more very important use of the UV filter is generally not only the UV filter and all the filters, mainly to protect your front element of your lens. That is the main purpose of any filter. Especially the UV filter is mainly used to protect the front element of your lens, because the lens is very expensive, sometimes $3,000 or $4,000. In case if you are taking a busy photo shoot in an event, by accidentally when you bump your lens with some other hard object or a wood or any metal, your lens may get damaged. The front element is very expensive glass, so to protect that you have to use the lens filter. That is always safe. Another one is polarized filter. The purpose of the polarized lens filter is sometimes in the midday, so you'll take a photo in a big landscape and you can see haze effect in your picture. That may not be very pleasing. To avoid the haze effect in your picture, you have to use the polarized lens filter that will maximum control your haze in your picture. That is the purpose of a polarized filter. Okay, the next one is the ND filter. ND filter, in a fun way we can say, the ND filter is sunglasses for your lens. The purpose of the ND filter is to control the amount of light goes into the camera on the sensor. Why do we control the amount of light when we take a picture? In case sometimes you have to separate the subject from the background, you have to go for a very low aperture like a 1.8 or 1.4, and in that situation, for a proper exposure compensation, you have to use the lens filter to darken your. When you put the ND filter, that will control the light and it will give you the proper exposure. That's why we are using the ND filter. Okay, the ND filters are coming in different stops, maybe 2 stops, 4 stops, 6 stops, 8 stops. It will go up to 32 stops also. Depends on your need. You have to buy the lens filter and also you have to use the lens filter. What is the meaning of the 2 stops and 4 stops and 6 stops like this? The number goes higher and higher, the darkness of your filter will be more. When it goes lesser and lesser, your darkness will be lesser. So depends on your lighting condition, you have to use the ND filter, right? Okay, in the ND filters also, once you have a particular stop, okay, 8 stop ND filter I can use in a particular exposure compensation with the lighting condition. In case if I want to use the lens filter, one lens filter with a variable stops, variable shades, that is called the variable ND filter. Okay, this is the exact example of the variable ND filter. See, you can see this. By sliding this, you will get a different kind of shades. Okay, when you push it down, it will be lighter, and when you push it up, it will be darker. So this is called the variable ND filter. Once you buy the one filter, you can use this filter with various. If you want make your picture little darker, you can make it, or you can if you want to make your picture more darker, you can adjust the sliding knob. That will give you the proper exposure, whatever you want. Okay, another type of filter is graduated ND filter. What is the graduated ND filter? Sometimes when you see the graduated ND filter, for example, it will be darker in the halfway top and it will be graduated to a lighter shade. So when you will use it, this kind of a graduated ND filter is when you take a photo of a landscape, when you fix this, maybe sometimes the sky may be very bright and the land foreground may be little darker. So in that situation, when you use this graduated ND filter, it will darken the sky, whereas the ground level will be very lighter exposure. So in this kind of a situation, you have to use the graduated ND filter, right? That will be very useful for the landscape photographers. Okay, another one is the matte box filters. The matte box filter, I think you don't need this matte box filter in the beginner's level, because normally the professional filmmakers will buy this matte box filter. That is a big attachment frame. You have to fix it in front of the lens, and different shades, different kind of filters you can slide into that, depends on the lighting condition. That will be in a very advanced level of lens filters, and only the professional filmmakers will use those things. Okay, this is what you have to know in the beginners level, guys. Okay, so then mainly when you buy a lens, the salesman definitely will recommend a lens filter, UV filter or polarized filter. The UV filter or polarized filter will stop the unwanted light coming into the camera. At the same time, that will be the excellent protection for your front element of your lens. That is the main purpose. Most of the photographers are using the lens filters. Okay, so when you buy a lens filter, there are so many companies are producing lens filters. There are cheap level of very cheap filters out there, like $30, $20 lens filters available in the online or anywhere you can buy. But my recommendation is always don't buy the cheap lens filters. That may ruin your picture sometime. And if you put a very cheap price lens filter, $20 lens filter, that may not be very apt to the lens. So what you have to do is, at least you spend more than $80, $90 lens filters. That will be the perfect match for your lenses. So many kind of lens filters available in the market. So it depends on your need, you can buy the lens filters. I want to show you how to fix the lens filter with your camera. Okay, this is my Fuji camera. This is the way. If maybe any lens filter, maybe UV filter or ND filter or any other filter. So you have to check if when you buy, I already told you, you have to match the thread size of your lens. Okay, when you have the lens filter, just hold it like this and slowly you have to try to fix it, and slowly you have to thread it fully. Okay, till it becomes tight, your lens filter is attached to your lens. And whenever you need the lighter or darker shade, so you have to slide the knob like this, and that will give you the proper exposure, whatever you need. This is all about in this video, guys. Okay, just thanks for watching, and also I'm going to make a lot of different topic videos in future. To get all my videos, please subscribe my channel, share the video with your friends, and like the video. And there are so many interesting topic videos are coming, and see you soon with another excellent video. Okay.